So again, just to second what Cordes said, we're very happy to have everybody here. This is a great lineup of poets, and it's all thanks really to Robert Murphy, who is with his wife, Elizabeth. They are the people that have made Dos Madres happen for 10 years now. And it's excellent small presses like this Madres Press that keep the poetry scene alive and hopping in this country. And we're very grateful for that. Most of us here are poets or are married to poets. And so we appreciate what Robert and Elizabeth have done for these past 10 years. The poets will be reading in this order. We have Rick Mullin leading off, Anne Whitehouse, Paul Pines, Nemo Hill, David Katz, Henry Winefield, and Robert Murphy will be cleaning up at the end. All right?
You have to clean me up.
I would also like to thank Rick Mullin, who really helped me to corral these 6 great poets for this afternoon's reading. So, without any more ado, the poets. Rick Mullin.
Dead catfish. Persistent crone, your medieval grin evoking Bruegel, settled in the stone and switchgrass sometime in the summer light and stayed. The wind refused to throw you back. The storm last week could not produce the waves to reach you, where you rotted in the shade and petrified. I recognize this shade of gray as semi-permanent. Your grin, the rictus in a fevered dream that waves and floats as something of a childhood touchstone. Once a bird, your image filters back, a catfish. Sick hallucinations light such dreams in much the way that sunlight draws your shadow where I step. A nightshade of the day, you cultivate a switchback atmosphere, a counter Lohengrin where hero is enchanter. Where the stone-cracked stage shall have no magic swan or waves of celebrants with swords, but tidal waves of stagnant air. A concrete satellite in static orbit fixed upon a stone, a brittle plinth and monument to Schadenfreude, a luckless path. But here's that grin and mockery of Cheshire Cat, a back and forth along a frizzed razorback of clowning time. You have the nerve to wave me down and hold me here, to press your grin into the mirror of the lake blue light. My eyes and yours, behind their carbon shade of hardened death, are locked like mason stone as viral memory corrodes the Breakstone beach. The progress of your broken back is mimicked in a cloud line, with a shade of crawling afternoon traverses waves now audible and focuses the light remaining on your curtain calls. You grin your bottom feeder grin of stone, inert and elegant, enlightened, coming back to life in waves of shade across the dirt.
Well, can everyone hear me? Okay. I'm delighted to be here and meet my publisher, Robert Murphy, and the other Dos Madres authors. The first poem I'm reading is from this beautiful book with its gorgeous cover by Elizabeth Murphy, this beautiful painting. The poem I'm reading is called Lightning Strike. It evolved out of an experience. Actually, my husband and I have a house upstate, and a few years ago, lightning struck a tree on our property and caused a fire, and this is the poem. Lightning Strike. 1. The house lay drowsing in the late afternoon. A cooling shade crept across the valley, punctuated by the crow's harsh caws as it landed briefly, rose up, and flew away. From room to room I lingered, caressing the door jambs, the walls, in gratitude to Providence for saving us from lightning strike. I've rarely seen a more even cut than the one that split the Norway spruce. When lightning shriveled its living sap and woke us with a thunderclap, raining wooden arrows and stripped bark, a board sawed cleanly as a 2x4 hurled to earth, tearing up the hostas. High in the tree, another perched perilously. Lightning jumped inside the propane tank, and the fireplace heater roared into flame, as loud as wind, gushing black smoke that stank, while we fled in a daze, and the firemen came, too. The creature must have slipped inside unnoticed through the open door that stormy night, as the firemen were moving their equipment, their lights a tunnel from darkness to darkness, and everything else was shadow and rain, falling quietly after the fire was put out. Within that shadow moved another, never noted, not knowing where it was or how to leave. All else was shadow and the sound of rain after the lightning died away and the fire was put out. Only the sound of the rain was left, softly falling to earth, and at last we slept. 3. They are manuring the field next to us. Inhale, exhale, odor of animal, signs of cultivation, the life cycle. 2 nights past the fire, loud scufflings disturb my rest. On the 3rd, I am startled as a wild black bird soars up the stairs in panicked flight and orbits my head like a planet out of whack. A trapped, lost bird that came in by mistake and now wants out. To show the way, I go down first, flick on the lights, fling open the door. This way to freedom. It's so close, if you can only see it. And the bird flies out the front door at last.